Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast. I'm Joe Calabro, and joining me with his brand new, cool-looking background, looking professional as always, is Rich Capali. Rich, how you doing today, buddy boy? Happy Thursday to you.
Yeah, happy Thursday there, Joe. Gorgeous day out today. Played North Kingstown Muni with my brother-in-law this morning. Played atrocious.
Yeah.
Hit the first, 4 or 5 fairways. Drove the ball really well for the first half of the round. And then just awful. That's what I get for not swinging a golf club for 2 weeks.
You retired from golf for 2 weeks to be part of the media world.
To be part of it, yeah. To be part of the media scrum, yeah.
Now you're going back. Now you're trying to get back into the golf world. Welcome to the club.
But yeah, I'm gonna do a little. I'll do a little video course review. North Kingstown, absolutely pristine condition. The greens are perfect. The fairways are perfect. The tee boxes are perfect. The rough is thick, very, very thick. All in all, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, it was absolutely pristine. It's gorgeous out today. It's supposed to be gorgeous out tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. Highly, highly, highly recommend going to the North Kingstown Muni at Quonset. I think it was $60. It might be a little bit more on the weekends, but I highly, highly, highly recommend going there. It was an absolute blast.
There you go. There's your course review. A video version of a course review. Maybe we'll put that.
I mean, I can't really say I can't really say anything else. It was a 9 out of 10. It was perfect. Well,
that's great. You get your practice round in for Sunday's degenerate match at Kirkbride. So
good,
there you go.
Lord.
Glad one of us is practicing.
That's what I told my brother-in-law. I said, at least maybe I won't suck as bad on Sunday.
So there's that. So you played this morning. So good for you. You got a round in. I took the most of the morning to actually look like a human being and get a haircut and shave and all that.
Congratulations!
So, yeah. So I actually look like a normal person now.
You joined the society now.
Yes. So obviously a lot going on in the golf world. We have the BMW PGA going on, which was highly anticipated. Now, who knows if the thing's even going to continue because Queen Elizabeth II passed away. So RIP to her, obviously. Yeah. But it's kind of crazy that they stopped the whole thing. But
I mean, it is taking place in London, so I sort of kind of understand it getting canceled today. But other than that, I mean, it should go on as scheduled.
Yeah, it's canceled Thursday and Friday, and then hopefully it resumes on the weekend. But I guess there's some uncertainty. So that is on delay. Tommy Fleetwood was in the lead.
It's good. It's good. It's good. That's good for the live guys.
Yeah,
54 holes.
That's true. That's true. I guess it was highly anticipated, like you said, with the live players playing. And of course, you're wearing the brand new live golf hat that you got from the tournament. You said very comfortable hat.
Absolutely, it's fantastic.
I'm actually wearing live golf socks that they gave us, so I never went to it. You can't. Yeah, you don't put it in front of the screen. Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah,
Rich is still getting used to the green screen. But yeah, so I'm actually wearing the live golf socks, and I went to the golf tournament before and gotten socks, so that was different. But they're actually very comfortable. So there's that. Okay, that's enough.
Got a little travel bag too.
There you go.
Courtesy of Liv. There we go.
Yeah. So Rich made out like a bandit. That's what he was excited about. That's what he was excited about. So obviously, all that's going on. Some local stuff going on. College golf in full swing, which is exciting. It's been fun to follow already. And then obviously we're at the unique time of year in which golf season and football season intersect. Obviously, football game starting soon in just a few hours or so from when we're
Couple
taping
hours
this.
there.
So the Buffalo Bills and the LA Rams, was the Rams that are raising the banner, and then obviously Sunday is the full slate of games. So this is kind of a fun time of year. It doesn't last too long, of course, but it is an interesting, unique time of year when the two seasons kind of collide, and then obviously baseball playoffs are right around the corner.
Oh yes.
Summer's
Your
over,
Yankees
but
will
it's
be a
still
first. Your Yankees will be a first round out.
they might not even win the division. That's fine.
No, they're gonna win the division.
Yeah, it seems I think they just swept the Twins, so you would
Yeah.
hope.
No.
But yeah, they won't go anywhere, which is fine. I don't really care that much. It'll be interesting to see if Aaron Judge gets the record. Yeah, he got 61.
He's slamming the ball.
Yeah, so I guess that'll be
Absolutely slamming the ball.
I guess that'll be interesting. Hopefully he's not on steroids, which I just find hard to believe, but you never know.
I
you
mean,
never know, I guess.
Yeah. I actually like Judge, so I'm hoping he's not.
And all of our nonsense to start the show, we forgot to tell you that the Golf News podcast, of course, is presented by our friends at Links Drinks. Links Drinks, best known for their transfusion in a can. The transfusion is vodka, ginger ale, and grape juice, all mixed up into one refreshing beverage. Break out the Links Drinks this weekend while you're on the golf course or watching football. It's a great drink to have by your side while you're watching the pain of the Patriots.
I knew that's where you were going with
probably
that.
losing the Miami Dolphins on Sunday.
Double digits. You heard it here first.
Well, I don't know that, but it is Miami. But yeah, so by watching the painful Patriots season get underway on Sunday afternoon. Richard, me and you might just go back out to the golf course. Actually,
we're gonna do a bacon 36, right?
We'll skip the rest of this game. Thanks.
Yeah, whatever. Let's go. Let's load them back up. Let's go.
So grab a Links Drinks. Obviously, there's three different flavors now. So thanks to them as always. Some quick local stuff next week. There's a big week. Starts stage 1 of Q School for the 3 locals. Will Dixon, who got a first round bye, if you will, and then David Chatfield and Christopher Encore. So obviously the intensity of this thing is picking up at Q School. It's pretty interesting to follow. Will Dixon is playing today in the Augusta Open, not Augusta National Open, the Augusta Open.
Don't get it twisted.
He's tied for 12th, so pretty good for taking 4 weeks off from competitive play. So that's going on. Then obviously in College World, Oklahoma, the tournament just finished. Oklahoma finished second at the Frederica Classic. And Patrick Wells finished in a tie for 7th after a second round 65 yesterday. How about that? So
different game, fellas. Different game.
So a good start to the season for him. He's up for the Haskins Award, and obviously in less than a month now, he actually plays on the PGA Tour and that Shriners thing. So we'll have obviously tons of content.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Nice.
That's coming up in like a couple of weeks. So we'll have obviously tons of content leading up to that. And then obviously have tons of content next week regarding the Q School stuff. As we followed the pre-qualifying, now we're in stage 1. So now two more stages, and then you're in the final stage. So shit is picking up pretty quickly here for Q School. Obviously, if they get through and they get to their Korn Ferry Tour card, it's a life changer. Obviously, in more ways than one, because a lot more travel.
I wish they'd what's it called? I wish they'd put the Korn Ferry Tour on TV a lot more, or have like a streaming option, because not for nothing, it's sometimes more interesting than PGA, because legitimately these guys these guys' livelihoods are on the line. I sometimes prefer watching that to the PGA. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're not going to get an argument from me. As someone that covers amateur golf and all that stuff, I agree. I always tell people, if you want to go watch real golf, go watch these tournaments. Even tournaments like the Providence Open, it's not quite that same extent, but still.
These guys are staying in raggedy ass motels to just make ends meet, to pay their caddies. It's crazy.
I am hoping that at least one of them makes it to the Korn Ferry Tour, because the KFT has a tournament in Maine.
Oh, really?
Every year. And so
Okay.
that could be a road trip for next year to go see
All
follow
right.
the local guys.
Definitely down.
Just a thought. But anyway, so we'll have coverage of that obviously starting next week. I think it starts the 13th. So what's that? 12. So it's
That's Wednesday, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Because Sunday is the 11th,
Yeah.
September 11th.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
so we'll obviously have coverage of that. It's obviously a big deal. And I think 20 guys make it to stage 2. That's kind of the projection. So but it depends on what scoring is and different things. So projected 20 guys in each field in each tournament will make it to stage 2. And then you're right on the doorstep. So it should be interesting. Obviously, we'll cover that. Obviously, college golf going on as well. Bryant University in action. URI played last week. College golf, fun time of year. Some of the tournaments will be on TV. I know they have a TV deal with Golf Channel, which is always great. But obviously, we have dozens of kids. Orion has dozens of kids playing college golf throughout basically the country. So it should be interesting to watch, and certainly we'll do our best to keep track of all of them.
You know what I'm thinking about right now? Actually, as you say
That's
that
the
whole
problem is you're thinking.
see the steam coming out of my ears.
Yeah.
I wonder if the NCAA would pay someone to stream some of these matches if they're, you know what I mean, if they have what's it called, if they're big time matches, you know what I mean, and they can't, obviously Golf Channel's not going to set up their whole crazy thing. Like if I wonder if they would put out like a, not a job posting, well maybe a job posting of like freelance streamers to cover some of the holes of events for college golf. You know what I mean? How cool would that be?
Yeah, some of the school websites have them. Like some of them have their own. Like a lot of these colleges have their own TV stations, and some of them try to do that a little bit, but it's not terrific quality.
I mean, whatever. It's just like, I mean, at least it'll keep me up to date on what's going on. You know, and it'll be it's the same thing the way our website does. It'll be super for the parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even like locally, like URI and Bryant, like they don't play tournaments at home. They don't play tournaments in Rhode Island. They're always always like on the road. So it's like
because the weather's always shit.
You can't even like stream like a home game because they don't really play. None of those schools like really play at home. And that's the thing with college golf is it's tough to like. They're literally on the road almost all the time, unless you're like.
I just found that that Rory thing that we were talking about with the whole live BMW championship thing. It says Rory, I have a question for you. If come Sunday you find yourself in contention and the man to the side of you is a live player, what would there be more incentive to win? Rory, I mean, I'll be trying to win a golf tournament regardless. They're going to be pretty tired on Sunday. It will be the 4th day. Just savagery from McElroy. Absolutely hysterical. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I just saw it coming across my feed again. I wanted to put that in there. Absolutely hysterical. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So we got DP World Tour on behalf of. I respect the majesty.
Are you reading a statement from the DP World Tour?
Yeah, Friday and practices for the leagues will close. Yeah, so nothing new. That's from 2 hours ago.
No,
just
the tournament is
just coming across my feeds now for some stupid reason. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry about that.
Oh no, we were just talking about some college stuff. As far as other local stuff, obviously things are winding down. The Kirkbride Alpine Ryder Cup is next week, not this week, unfortunately. So at least I have that to look forward to next week. This week, for whatever it's worth, other than our degenerate match, we do have the Senior Club Championship taking place at Kirkbride this weekend. So
there we go. Nice.
We'll have a report on that. I think John O'Clair is probably the favorite, and followed closely by B.
It's not because of his age. It's because he's a good player.
Yeah.
Don't ever call him old.
Yeah. He's in. Problem is he's in better shape than everybody. So
Jesus, right? Like I was stunned that you said he was playing in the senior division.
Yeah. So
Love you, John.
he's probably the favorite, but we'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
if we'll see if my dad can steal a victory, but I don't have a belief. But you never know. I'm in
Hey,
that division.
crazier shit's happened.
So that's this weekend. So we'll have something on that in between the football. It's always tough with football because like you post something in the afternoon and nobody reads it. So it's like
Nobody reads
what's
it
the
just because
point?
there's so much other stuff
So
going on. Yep.
we'll see how it all plays out. But
Yeah.
that's what we have. And of course, I mean the Patriots game is going to be over by halftime, so maybe people will read it. You never know.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be over by halfway through the second quarter. I hate to be a Debbie Downer. I don't know. We'll talk about this at the end of the show. But
We obviously went to live last week. Thanks to everyone for tuning into the live show. It was just gonna be too much to tape it and then edit it and then put it up. So we just did it live. It was kind of fun. We had a good view. So thanks everyone for tuning into that. We actually, as I just thought of this now, we did the show on Thursday, so we didn't actually see like the tournament yet. So I wrote a piece about kind of takeaways from just being at the tournament. Obviously, we had our game story, which was up minutes after Dustin Johnson made that ridiculous putt that was literally going 10 feet by the hole if that didn't go in. At
maybe
least 10
20,
feet.
maybe 20
feet. So we also got minutes after that ridiculous putt dropped with the video. So, but what were your takeaways from just being at the tournament itself?
So overall, it was an awesome experience. I haven't gotten media credentials to a PGA event. I mean, so this is kind of like the next thing up type of thing. The grounds were awesome. The course was great. My only beef is how the course was laid out. I kind of wanted to go and see a couple of more of the holes, but as you posted, Joe, the course was set up. I don't like the course setup. It's terrible. You had one to the left, then you had the driving range, then you had 18, and then everything else is like out towards the woods. It's like a mile walk at least to get to the 3, 4, 5 all the way through. Other than that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of all in on this whole team aspect. Dual winners. You have your individual winner, and then you have your team winner. I was very what's it called? I was very drawn to the whole Pat Perez being on fire through what 6 or 7 holes and then completely shitting the bed. That was interesting to me.
And then Patrick Reed was the opposite.
And then Patrick Reed was the opposite. He shit the bed for like 12 holes and then brought it on the last couple holes.
He made that huge. He made that huge eagle putt.
Huge, like absolutely huge. Because what was it? Majestics was Majestics and Ironheads. Kevin Na was playing out of his mind. He made a couple eagles, and all of a sudden they were neck and neck.
Then you had Lee Westwood pulling a classic Lee Westwood.
There you go. I mean, and not for nothing, you could tell by the way we're talking about it. It was awesome. I loved it. It was great. The fact that Reed picked up Perez. Perez picked up Reed in the beginning, and then Reed picked up Perez in the back, and DJ just absolutely played that 18th hole like a boss. I know we left a little bit early because I was getting a little saggy eyed in the media room, but we ended up watching it on the way home, and we got there and we got to my house and we ended up watching the playoff, and I mean that putt was electric. I was thoroughly stunned at the amount of people that were there throughout the whole weekend and on Sunday, because it being Labor Day weekend, the whole live stigma that it has behind it. I was completely wrong about there being nobody there. I said on Thursday, I said there's no way anybody shows up to this thing, and I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of people that were around the grounds during my during my walkthrough, during my range session, not my range session, but my range walkthrough, where I completely ignored you walking by, even though I have you on video.
That's right. Made it a funny video.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was nuts the amount of people that showed up, and I think that goes to show that people want a little bit of change, and they'll pretty much do what it takes to see their favorite players, i.e., whoever it may be, Bryson, Dustin, Patrick Reed. I mean, whoever it may be. I'm bullshit aside, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of this going forward.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, you said you keep saying that you were wrong about the amount of people, but to be fair, no one knew. We didn't know what to expect. Nobody knew what to expect. So
yeah,
you were wrong, yes, because we both said it, which is fine. No one knew.
Me
no
personally,
one
I was wrong by a lot. I was wrong by a lot.
No one knew.
I said there'd be nobody there. Yeah.
No one knew what it was going to look like. No one knew what to expect. So I thought it was interesting. Obviously, they had the wild and crazy finish that they absolutely needed, for sure. And I saw that.
I mean, that putt was going 20 feet by easy.
Yeah. And then we both got to see our boy David Faraday, so it was cool to see him up close.
Multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing was I was sitting on the range for a while on Sunday, and he was.
I couldn't believe I walked right by you, and I got it on video. I'm like,
but there,
all right, maybe Joe's out here, like whatever.
It made it funny though, and I was gonna bother you, and then you were gonna stop and talk.
No, I know.
Shooting the video. So anyway, but what was funny was there were as many fans yelling for Faraday as there were for any of the players.
Same thing with Bubba. Bubba's not even playing. They're yelling for him. It's crazy.
Yeah. And so then I went to the first tee, which I did a video of and posted it on Instagram.
That was awesome. That was sick.
The atmosphere was like Patriots and Celtics game meets like golf. I mean, they're like blasting like "Welcome to the Jungle." I was getting like
awesome.
Stuff. I was like, "Let's go!" Like the freaking parachute guys coming in. That was crazy. Like it looks like you watch these guys up in the air. They're just floating. Then when they come,
and then
your head,
when they come down,
you don't realize how fast they're actually going.
Oh yeah, yep.
Everyone's like, "Holy shit!" They were going they were moving. These things are friggin' like moving. But when you watch them, they just like it looks like they're just like floating in this pleasant Sunday ride. Like, but then they get close and you realize that these things are actually kind of moving.
No, they're slamming. So absolutely.
It was kind of a crazy atmosphere on the first tee. Obviously, it was cool though. It was certainly different. But,
so my whole rating. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, 7.5, 8 out of 10, probably. I mean, it was other than my biggest gripe was the layout of the holes.
The international it's not made for watching golf.
It's not made for watching live golf, unfortunately.
It's a cool course to play. The holes are obviously
like fortunately for the format, it didn't matter. But I would have liked to see. I would have liked to see the other holes, you know what I mean? Yeah. How they played and stuff like that. But fortunately for the format, you could have stood on 18 and just watched everybody go through. So,
but yeah, by the same token, you could have stood on one tee all day.
Stood on one, same stuff, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it all in all, as far as like media access and all that stuff. I'm going to give an 8 out of 10, except for the layout.
Yeah, which wasn't really Liv's fault.
It's not their fault.
Place
it's just a bad. It's just not a great place.
What I thought was funny, and I referenced this in the article. It was funny. Like so, the shotgun was at 1:15, and then at like 1 o'clock they make an announcement on the range, like the range is now closed. Please head to your car. So I'm like, oh, this is like the Kurt member guest. Range is closed. Please go to your car.
I'm telling you, man.
All right, I can do that.
I'm not gonna lie. They're on to something with this whole shotgun. Like it doesn't take ESPN Plus has their PGA thing, and it starts at like 7 a.m. and it doesn't finish till 6. Right. You know what I mean? This one, you're consolidated into like 5 hours.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging that 5-hour commitment as opposed to like an 8-hour or 10-hour commitment.
And what I liked about it too, and I said this, what I liked about the shotgun too is that it's a shotgun, but they don't lose the drama of the last group. But there's a benefit to being in the lead. You still have Dustin Johnson teed off 10 minutes after whoever the group
Yep.
was that teed off in front of him. I think
Yep.
it was Neiman. Was it Neiman that was
Yeah.
one? So
Yep.
Dustin Johnson,
And then they had
10 minutes later.
guys drinking beers on the back of the green and everything like that for the playoffs. So it was great. Everybody was able to be involved. You know what I mean? I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a cool experience. It was certainly interesting. Obviously, we didn't know what to expect, good or bad, really. So hopefully, hopefully will continue to build. Like I said, they need to continue to build the teams up, build the team names up, make them more.
And they also need to play
Um,
for something. They need to have these. They can't. I mean, obviously, it's their first year. They're what,
Yeah.
3/4 of the way through their first year. They need to play for something. They need to have a major. They need to have sustenance. They need to play for something other than, as dumb as it sounds, the money. They need to have something to play for. You know what I mean?
mhm. What if Liv carries over the team names into the majors, and then you get then depending on how many guys qualify for them, because the major's not going to kick these guys out. It's just not going to happen. So you have while the majors go on, these guys are playing team.
Are you positive about that though? Do you really think that Augusta's going to let these guys in?
They did last year. I mean, you never know. Who knows? I mean, who knows what the atmosphere is going to be, or what the legal stuff surrounding it is going to be. But I find it hard to believe the majors aren't going to let these guys play. Now, if they don't get world ranking points, they're going to drop out of the world ranking.
That's different. Yeah, that's absolutely different.
I mean, who knows? I feel like they're not going to do anything with kick these guys out. But
no, I don't know.
The majors, even Patrick Harrington said that, or somebody said that the majors should be above kind of this petty battle between the PGA Tour and Liv.
But in order to qualify for the majors, you got to have world ranking points, though.
Well, so right? I said if they're world ranking points right now, that's different. But
so now, because now isn't the PGA criticizing what, the Asian Tour for not having restrictions? Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
they're trying to petty their way into the Asian Tour into not letting these guys play. So
yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
I think it's more of like a middle school bitch fest than anything. It's just making me mad though.
It's
so dumb.
It's getting. I mean, I still think it's hilarious and good content, but
no, it's great content. It's very,
stupid.
It's very, very petty. It's being dumb now. You know what I mean?
It's getting very stupid.
And sort of fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do wonder, especially from because the Liv guys aren't really saying. I mean, Phil Mickelson did have that dagger during his media video.
That was savage.
I think it's
absolutely
awesome.
savage.
Magically won $100 million. That's great.
Is he wrong? He's not wrong at all.
He wasn't wrong. No, of course not. That's what made it good, because he wasn't wrong. And then you had TPC Sawgrass taking down Cam Smith's parking spot and putting PGA Tour players only in his place or something. It's like, okay.
Petty bullshit, bro. Yeah. It's so dumb. I don't know. I just think it's.
What I thought was funny, the broadcast aspect of Liv, was that they interviewed the poor guy that got hit by somebody's golf ball. I don't know who hit him. And the guy goes, the PGA and the Liv need to work something out.
Oh yeah.
And they immediately cut out of the interview. They're like, oh, that's enough. Goodbye.
I said we stood next to that guy during media day.
Yeah.
I was like, I think that I know that guy. That guy was standing next to us.
Yeah. So that was funny. So overall, a good experience over at Liv at the International. That's according to the tentative schedule. They're not coming back next year. They're going to Washington, DC, and to
Philly, Chicago. Yeah, Philly. I refuse to go to both of those places, but I really would like to go to another event, whether it be, even for just like the last 2 days or something. Something. You know what I mean? I definitely want to go back. It was definitely a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a tentative schedule, so I mean, you never know these things all the time. But
I just don't
so-
want to go to Philly or DC.
Yeah. Well, we can go to Durrell.
Your boy wants us to go. We can
Yeah.
go.
So that was our experience at Live. It was interesting. Thanks everybody for following along on the coverage. We had some cool videos, and some other cool content. Cool interview with Peter Uline, who I literally just walked up to him and asked him if I could do an interview with him, which was totally different.
I did have a good range walk on Friday, but I forgot
Oh, it's
the
good.
record button.
You did hit the record button. Yeah.
Where's this video? What is happening?
We've all done it. We've
Hey.
all done it. So,
And then I got a nice video of my mug because when I hit the record button, it started recording.
yeah.
Oh, it's
We've all
terrible.
done it. So that was our Live event week. So certainly was interesting. And again, thanks to everybody for following along. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We come back, we'll wrap up on some of the stuff. We talked about the BMW thing today. Talk about more of the Live stuff going on, because obviously they're getting bigger. Their next term is next week in Chicago. So it'll be interesting to see if they carry momentum forward. And we'll talk about some of the local stuff maybe. And
Do
then
the
we'll,
Aces go for a 4-peat?
no, four-peat, they're a dynasty. And then we'll hit on some other sports maybe. We're getting into that time of year, which other sports kind of creep into the show a little bit. As I've said, we're both sports fans just like everybody else. So we'll talk about some of that and whatever else happens. So this is the Golf Dudes podcast, and we'll talk to you in a minute. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armen Keteyian. Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Paik.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
He has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
I mean, we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National. You could not see 50 yards.
And welcome back to the Golf Dudes podcast presented by Link Strengths. Check out Link Strengths this weekend while you're watching college football on Saturday and NFL on Sunday into Sunday night with my guy Tom Brady. So check out Link Strengths at liquor stores and country clubs near you. They're in about 20 different country clubs or golf courses across the state of Ireland and in about 25 or so different states across the country. So check out Link Strengths. We left you talking about our weekend of golf. It was Rich's first official media event, with a press pass. Believe it or not, they gave him a press pass.
Lexi's shitting her pants, by the way. She's 2 over.
Oh, the LPGA. Rich's watching
Yeah.
the LPGA tour going on. Big news for them. They got picked up by ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus.
I saw that, right?
Some feature groups. I don't know if it's for this tournament or for I didn't read the press release, but I know that ESPN's in.
I love Lexi, but I wish she'd get her shit together. Oh, her pants crapping is absolutely A+. I really, really, really wish she'd get her shit
I
together.
thought she only craps her pants in majors. I thought wasn't her pants crapping a major thing? Uh-oh.
There we go. Thing died.
Oh.
Give me a second. Hold, please. Oh yeah, it's in the majors.
So sorry, everybody. We got some new technology, and we're still
We're trying to figure out how to use it, but yeah, yeah. I just wish she wouldn't. I wish she'd finish. But anyways,
now you have the horizontal screen. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
We're changing screens. See, all kinds of crap happens on this podcast. We change screens, technology breaks.
I don't know why. I had that thing charged. I'm not sure why it didn't last.
Yeah, but who knows? But anyway, new technology, folks. We're testing on new technology for more videos to come, hopefully.
It'll make for some great content, believe me.
That's what I'm about. So that's going on. Obviously, local, as you mentioned, some of the local stuff. Q School next week. Kirkbride Alpine Ryder Cup next week, starting on Friday at the championship golf course at Kirkbride Country Club. So should be it's always a fun event to hang out and watch. And hopefully, as a Kirkbride member, of course, hopefully we get the cup back this year, and hopefully get off to a good start.
It's kind of embarrassing last year, by the way.
Well, it's always embarrassing when you lose. But hey,
You guys didn't lose. You guys got blasted.
yeah. I remember.
Not that I'm making fun of them. I mean, it just wasn't there, you know.
Yeah, well, we got to give them one to keep them interested.
Oh yeah.
Previously we had one like six. Previously we had one like 6 in a row.
It was like 6 or 7 in a row,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I get it. I'm not making fun of them. It was a hard loss. You know?
Oh, you got to keep them interested.
Yeah.
So that's coming up next week. So that'll be fun. And then after that is kind of, I know there's some other tournaments. I know is King's Crossing doing a global tournament coming up? Our boy Peter put on.
Yeah. I'm not sure the date. It's sometime in September, I think. I think it's a $60 entry. I think there's cash prizes. I'm not sure if I'm playing in it or not. I think we got.
I've only played in a global tournament once, and
my dad played in one at Jamestown. He said it was fantastic. It was so much fun. I think we got what, one more member guest or 2 more member guests that we're gonna play in. I think.
Me and you.
Yeah. At Kirkbride.
Yeah.
We got that. We got the global. We've got the Ryder Cup versus Pinecrest. That's in November, I believe.
Holy shit!
End of October, November? No, end of October, I think.
I was gonna say November.
That's always fun.
Are you playing
Always
it?
love. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I already got the time off from work. And then I think after that, the end of the season is the Turkey Trot, which is I think the weekend of the 5th, I believe. So I think the Ryder Cup might be mid-October, I think. But yeah, we're trying to avenge our absolute pants crapping. I think we were up what, 4 or 5 points after the first day, and we crapped our pants and relinquished that lead. So we're trying to get that back. But yeah, fall golf. As sad as I am to see the summer go, fall golf really is the best golf because, you know, obviously you're transitioning from winter to early spring to spring. That's always a lot of rain, a lot of crappy weather. I know one of our tournaments we played at the King. It was, I think, the first week in June. We wore pants, which was absolutely asinine. But yeah, the transition from, you know, late August, all of September, October is fantastic. Quarter zips, light sweatshirts, you know, shorts, transitioning to like pants. It's the best time of the year. I'm excited. Also sad to see, you know, summer go, obviously, with the golf season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to all this stuff to come up before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said earlier, this is like the unique time of year which golf season and football season like collide, kind of thing.
You have your morning round, and the Pats play at 1 o'clock and get blown out,
and they lose by 2, and then you go back out,
and then you go back out, shotgun a bunch of beers, and kill away your sorrows. You know.
So yeah, we'll watch the Patriots game on Sunday at Kirkbride. It's actually, as it turns out, I'm probably gonna be watching the first 2 Patriots games at Kirkbride at least, because then the next time.
Oh yeah, because of the Ryder Cup. Yeah.
Next time I'll be there for the Ryder Cup. So
do you want to do, what is it?
We're a little bit over. We're not planning for that, but that's fine. Whatever.
So we're we're a little bit over our time. But do you want to run through the Pats schedule real quick? And you want
Yeah, go ahead.
to real quick? All right, so
We're
I'm
never over our time. We can do whatever the hell we want.
But
That's
no,
it.
you know what I mean. All right, so all right, I'll go through it first. Dolphins lost by
Lost.
double digits. 0-1. Steelers win 1-1.
Trubisky.
Ravens.
Is Mac Jones better than Trubisky?
Ravens. I'm
Lost.
gonna give them the win. I'm gonna give them the win
Oh.
against the Ravens. Absolute blowout by the Packers, even though they don't have what's
They're
his face.
losing, man.
They're
That's a
gonna lose
4:30
that.
That's a 4:30 game, right? Packers is 4:30.
That is 425. Yep.
Perfect.
That's a loss. Win against the Lions. Win against the Browns. Win against the Bears. Win against the Jets. I don't think they win against the Colts at home. Do you?
Is it in Indianapolis?
No, it's home.
Oh,
The 6th.
Matt Ryan can crap himself.
That's
I don't think they'll be in that Colts now.
No,
I don't think.
All right.
I mean,
I don't think so either. Then you got week 10 is the bye. Win against the Jets. Loss against the Vikings, right?
yeah,
Loss against the Bills.
yeah.
So I think they lose.
The question for the Bills game will be: will the Bills punt? The over under on the number of times the Bills punt.
So you want to know what's screwed up is I've done this whole thing with a bunch of my buddies. I think that they split against the Bills. I think they lose lose at Gillette, and I think they win in Buffalo, which is weird.
The only reason they won in Buffalo last time was because the weather was screwy.
You heard it here first. Their last, I think their last or the second to last game is in Buffalo. So,
And one of those games is a Thursday night game. It's only going to be on Amazon Prime. So I have to figure out a game.
What the Pats Bills game?
One of them is on a Thursday night.
Oh wow!
I'm not sure
no,
which
right
one.
here. No, this one. The December 1st is on Amazon.
So we'll have to figure out a plan for that.
Yeah. Loss to the Cardinals.
I think the Cardinals are overrated, but the Patriots won't beat them.
I don't think so either. Vegas gonna get blown out. Derek Carr is gonna eat their lunch.
Mhm.
Absolutely blown out.
Mhm.
Bengals loss. Miami at home loss. Week 18 at Buffalo win.
Wow.
What do you think?
I mean, I think you were generous, but there's my.
Oh, you think I'm generous?
I
Okay,
thought I
all
was
right.
generous.
At least people have called me crazy for thinking that they're going to lose that many games. But
I mean,
would you
No,
change?
I mean,
Would
you
you
don't- you
change?
don't know.
Would you change?
You don't
Would
know.
you change anything?
I think there's a real chance that if they gotta win Sunday. Sunday's a big game for them because they gotta go.
They're not going to win. They're going to lose. They're going to lose by double digits, at least by 10.
And then you have to
At
go.
least by 10.
Then you have to go to Pittsburgh. And I'm not saying Mitch Trubisky is great, but
But you have Najee Harris.
But
You
who
got
knows what the
Najee
Patriots are gonna
Harris.
look like? Who knows what the
You're gonna
Patriots
th-
are gonna look like? Then you gotta go.
You got to think
play-
about their run
play
defense because
Baltimore.
Najee Harris is disgusting.
Then
And then you have
play-
to think about your run defense against Baltimore.
Yeah, then you have to come home and play Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. That doesn't look promising.
No,
There's
not
three.
at all.
Then you're going to Green Bay. I don't care who
Oh.
Aaron Rodgers is throwing to. He's still Aaron Rodgers.
No.
So I don't know.
I mean, but you know what? You know what's crazy is like I'm not sounding like an optimistic like Patriots fan. Crazier shit's happen. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I think it's an absolute no brainer. The Patriots are going to lose by at least 10 Sunday against Miami.
What if they lose and look like trash in the process? Like, what if they really? I mean, that's all. That's been the reporting. What
So
lose and look like
if they lose, but they played a good game, then that's fine. But if they lose and they look like absolute shit, there's going to be a problem.
That's what I'm
There's going to
saying.
be an absolute problem.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
I don't know. I say what? I think I set the line at 8. I think they get 7 wins, maybe 7 wins.
Yeah.
That's about it. I
Right,
bet I bet some
Tommy-
guy I bet some guy at the bar. I said the over 7.5. I said I'm taking 7. I'm taking the under. He's like, no, you're crazy. They're gonna win 8 or 9 games. I said, all right, let's go. I said I'm
Tom
taking the
Curran
under.
predicted
I'm
them-
saying I'm sitting at 7.
Tom Curran predicted them to finish at 8 and 9 and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And
So-
I love Tommy. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like that 8 and 9. That's fine.
So it'll be interesting. Look, no one really knows what to expect. All the reporting has been they look terrible, which I'm sure is probably true. Because I don't think these guys make that up. But
No, of course not. Andy Hart reported that they looked atrocious
Yeah,
in
so-
practice.
if that's
You know,
really
so
what
whatever.
That's really. I mean, they're already down in Florida, getting exhausted in the heat.
Palm
playing on a
Beach
baseball
College.
field, playing on a baseball field with rolling field goal posts.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, what are we doing? And it's
Yeah,
still like-
so I mean,
so who knows? But
yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
see.
it seems like this season is more up in the air than probably any other season in recent Patriots history because no one really knows. That's what I'm saying. If they lose on
I
Sunday,
mean, you have the added game, and Mac has settled into the fact that his team's not that good. You know what I mean? He worked with what he had this past year,
Mhm.
but now he's realizing that like I don't have anybody to throw to. You know, I have Devontae Parker, which has been a Patriot killer in past time, but is that really going to work?
I mean, it feels like Kendrick Bourne is on his way out. Jacoby
Oh,
Myers
yeah.
is a nice player. Who's
I like Nelson Aguilar,
Nelson
Dunsky.
Aguilar's
You know
got
what
a
I
better
mean?
year than last year. Hunter
He
Henry
has
should
to.
be good. Hunter Henry should be good. Their running backs, Javondre Stevenson and Harris, right?
Stevenson's going to have a good.
They should
Stevenson's
be
going to have
okay.
a good year.
But if the offensive line, which has struggled in camp, can't
Yeah.
hold anybody, then their run game's going to go nowhere. So,
Yeah.
like I said, there's all kinds of chaos that could happen and ensue, which is what makes it kind of interesting to watch on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because it could be a disaster, or it could be great.
Stop
Maybe
it.
they win.
Stop it.
He's yelling at his cat. See, even yell
Yeah.
at cats on this podcast.
Give me-
now?
yeah. Give me a second.
So yeah, so we'll see. It should be it's interesting. It's fun that football season's here. Obviously sad, but just because the summer is over. But the winter is also when all the other sports season starts, so that's exciting. And there's still be plenty of golf coverage throughout the winter. Obviously, there's still tons going on, and local and non-local, so it should be exciting. So
Well, the off season golf tournaments are fantastic, especially when they can't play here. They go down south where it's nice and warm. It's getting out of the classroom and everything like that. That's fantastic.
oh yeah, I mean there'll be this stuff all season. A lot of these guys go down south and play in the Gasparilla tournament. I'm sure Bobby Leopold's playing that again. Hammy might be as well.
Ooh, that'd be a nice surprise.
The Gasparilla. He played in it 2 years ago.
Gasparilla.
Yeah, it's like this big invitational tournament down in Florida. So
Should we go down with them?
if you want to. So
You know I'm down to go down to Florida in the middle of February. You
Yeah.
know that.
yeah. So so that should be exciting. Obviously, I'm excited for PC seasons to start. So that's in November.
I'm excited for both PC seasons to start, hockey and basketball.
Yeah, so November 12th, I think, is the start date for PC basketball. That's their home
12th.
opener at the Amica Pavilion. So,
Ugh, what an
Yeah.
atrocious name. Blech. Ugh,
um,
just call it the Amiga Center. Come on, man.
I was hoping they would
Keep
have
Keep it going. Come on.
I wanted them to do the Amica Providence Civic Center. I thought that would have been a cooler throwback to like the Providence Civic Center with the name on it, the Amica Providence.
But
Civic Center.
it also had it on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been nice. Yeah.
Like kind of a throwback to what it was originally called, the Civic Center, and most people call it the Civic Center anyway. But
No.
but
I
yeah,
actually found myself a bunch of times calling it the Dunk, and I'm like, oh my god, I am not from Rhode Island. Good lord.
Yeah, so
Especially with my grandfather running the ticket office there for 60 years.
yeah, so I'm excited for that. As I fly to you, there could be a Golf Dudes road trip to Mohegan Sun on November 19th to see PC play Miami at the Mohegan Sun Arena. in the
Well,
Hall of Fame.
my birthday is November 9th, so anything could happen.
Well, November 19th and 20th, PC is playing the Hall of Fame tournament against Miami, and then probably Maryland. So real opponents.
I may have to take your ass to a couple PC hockey games this year. Get in there in the Schneider Arena, you know.
I went to one a couple years ago against Yale when I played Yale because my dad.
Oh, we gotta get in there versus Boston College, BC. I mean, BU. You know, you gotta come down. Got to come down to Admiral Street and test the waters out. You know.
Like I said, I've been to one PC hockey game.
Oh, it's fun.
Bunch of years
It's
ago.
great.
Couple years ago.
It's crazy as big of a PC hockey fan I am. I haven't been to the Schneider Arena since they redid it, which was 4 years ago. Three or 4 years ago.
I've been there since then.
Yeah, but
Um,
no, I'm hoping the boys get a little more Nesson recognition. I know it's tough for national broadcast because I think Notre Dame has the the NBC Sports Network, not NBC Sports, right? NBC Sports contract. So it's kind of tough to get them on on national TV. But hopefully they'll get some ESPN Plus games. I love that. I love that in March when the tournament's on and there's like 20 college hockey games to watch.
yeah. So lots going on. I hope everyone enjoys the football tonight and this weekend. You'll obviously be hearing from us at some point. You'll be hearing from Golf News RI throughout the weekend, but you'll be hearing
Sneaky hint, possibly take that LA Rams money line. It's plus money. You might make a little bit. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Bet Miami heavy, and yeah, go from there.
Bet Miami heavy, yes sir.
But hey, maybe we'll be surprised. Hopefully the Patriots win.
You know what? I am gonna put money on Miami, and I hope I lose the money. I hope I lose it.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. Hopefully Matty P dials up some good plays, and Joe Judge figures out how to coach, and he'll be all set.
You know, sit up. Show
Yeah.
some respect here.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been the Golf Dudes podcast. We will talk to you next week, and we'll be previewing the Kirkbride Alpine Ryder Cup, which is always a big deal, and whatever else happens. Well, to Q School, we'll have a Q School wrap, and who knows, whatever else happens in between now and then. Hopefully, the professional golf tours are still both standing, and they don't blow each other up in the meantime. With the way this is going. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We will talk to you next time. Thanks for all the support. And again, we'll talk to you next week on the Golf Dudes podcast. Peace.